Hey, Jeb, what's your phrase of the week?
Beachside vacations.
Strip Club Video with Danny Meyers, Dane Hansen, and Jeb Jarrell starts now.
That sounds good, man. That sounds good. How are you, my friends? We are so glad you are with us. Strip Club Video. I am Danny Meyers. We have Jeb Jarrell with us. We have Michael DeSuno with us. How you guys doing?
What's up, Danny?
What's
Doing
up?
good. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Jeb is the DJ out at the Pony Bama in Huntsville, Alabama. Michael J. DeSuno, also known as DJ Platypus. Not only is he the main DJ at Tootsies, but you are also like head DJ over the entire Ricks. Is that right?
Yeah, Director of Entertainment is my official title, but not like I overuse that.
Okay, sounds good. You know, this is going to be a fun show. I know because I'm talking to two people that are a heck of a lot smarter than I am when it comes to promotions and strip clubs and stuff.
Whatever.
And you know, I've done a lot of crazy strip club promotions in my life, but I'm tired of reusing the same ones. I'm tired of putting Twister out there. I'm tired of chocolate syrup wrestling. I've done all these things so many times. Are you smarter than a stripper? I've done that so many times. So I'm trying to come up with some strip club promotions. Hold on. That where we can think outside the box. I'm trying to get used to my green screen up there. I'm never going to be a weatherman. Okay. So let's just face that. So we started talking a little bit off the air beforehand about some crazy promotions. And well, Jeb, you're out there at Pony, and Michael was coming up with some things that his ideas that you could throw around the Pony. And Michael, you want to bring those up?
Oh, you want me to actually bring those up that we were talking about?
Wait.
Yeah, sure.
I loved the Jerry Westland fashion show.
Okay, so yeah, one of the things is a Jerry Westland fashion show. I mean, everybody knows every year at Expo, Jerry rocks like the loudest and greatest shirts. Like, I'll be honest, I actually look for Jerry Westland shirts all over. I'm pretty sure he's wearing Bugatti or Bugatti. But he's got some amazing shirts. So I told Jeb, I'm like, you guys should do a Jerry Westland fashion show and have the male side of it all wear like those button down loud Jerry Westland shirts, and have the females wear like loud Jerry Westland type dresses. And then of course the winner gets like, you know, maybe Jerry's leftover wardrobe that he doesn't want to wear or something. I don't know. But you guys,
a date with Jerry.
Yeah. And then we talked about with the Olympics actually happening in Japan, right? I believe it's in Japan this year.
Yes, it is.
And, you know, with COVID, everybody was locked down. So everyone's going to watch the Olympics this year, no matter what. It's always a big draw. And I said, why not do the pony games where, you know, one of the events you can have like the waitresses have weights or drinks on their tray and have an obstacle course that they have to maneuver around and have it timed. And have various other events with your staff, like your bartenders can have a mix off. You know, you can do things even with your guests, you know, and just have various minor physical events that they can compete in that are fun, and you know, maybe even tag along a sponsor with it and get some funding so that you guys can get some cool props or giveaways like gold medals. We did an event at Tootsies a long time ago called the Porn Games, which we would probably never get away with today. But one of the things that I mean, we're talking 17, 18 years ago. That's how long ago we did this. And to this day, I still have customers that come up with their Tootsies gold medal. They're like, hey, Platt, look what I found in my house. You know, I still have my medal. And it was just a really cool, like, stripper Liberty chick. Like, she was like the Statue of Liberty, but it was a hot chick holding a torch. And on the back, it just said Tootsie's Cabaret Miami with the date and gold medal, first place. And and they were nice medals, and people still have those. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we were just brainstorming that.
And those are absolutely great ideas. And watch all of that happen.
Yeah, you know what I could see.
Great things.
I could see the waitress one. Here's how I picture this waitress one. You give your servers a tray, big tray, right, and it's got a whole bunch of drinks filled to the top, right? Mm-hmm. And then you put this little obstacle course throughout all the tables in the room. And we all know when you get more tables in there, it's hard to maneuver. And so, you know, you have a couple of customers that'll scoot their chair back all of a sudden and stuff like that. But here's the key. You do it like a Gallagher concert, you know, where you give all of
you bring out a watermelon.
those poncho raincoats, the cheap ones that, because these girls are going to spill shit on them, right?
Right.
And this also gives your waitresses, if they don't really want to win the thing, a chance to get even with that customer that never tips. Oops. Sorry, my bad.
Well, let's just take it one step further, though, Danny. Make sure that on the poncho, it has your club's name, address, and web URL on it, so that the next time it rains and they have that stupid poncho in their car, other people outside your area are going to see free advertising. Use it to your advantage. Take it a step further.
This is called thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeb, you got some food things going on up there with food fights and stuff. Not necessarily at your club, but at your, do you call them sister clubs? Your other ones?
We call them sister clubs. Yeah, our sister
I can
club.
never pronounce this. Uncle Buck's Booby Bungalow. Yeah, if I stop and think about it. What's this thing? Lacey Rain's been doing some things out there. What's she been doing?
Well, she's been bartending, and she definitely gets involved in the food wrestling matches that Uncle Buck's has. She's been our referee and somewhat ringside promoter on that. We've done biscuits and gravy. What we did, marshmallow rabbits, peeps.
Did you do tits and grits yet?
No, there is a grits one coming. There is a grits one coming. They did a biscuits and gravy one. It's we have another one coming up. I can't remember exactly which one.
I want to see the tits and grits ad. That's what I want to see.
But Uncle Buck's definitely has a little bit more fun in their food involved promotions.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And then Platt, I saw on Facebook this morning, you tagged me in a flyer. And let me see if I can bring this flyer up here. Hold on. Bum. That button. I saw this come up. Let me move my microphone this way. Move my microphone out of the way. Okay, I'll move the mic and you talk. Tell me a little bit about this is a huge deal you got going on down there in Miami, and I'm going to move the mic.
Yes, it is. And thanks, Danny. I appreciate you promoting this for me. So kind of a problem and solution type thing. We got together with the powers that be at Tootsies and Scarlett's. And one of the things that we've been trying to get our staff to work on is promoting our In the Biz nights, which are Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Especially it's summertime. A lot of the service industry is a little bit slower now, so they're more inclined to go out. So we're trying to get more people in the club, basically. And I came up with an idea. I said, well, what if I put together a festival? And they're like, well, that's a lot of money. That's real big. I go, okay, well, what if I prove the concept first? And then we kind of grow it into like a huge, industry type related festival. We have all these talented people. And what gave me the idea was actually our expo parties this year in Miami, because Mr. Gray and Jimmy were just killing it on the decks. And Charzane was just a cut above and I'm not insulting any performances. Charzane put on the best show I've ever seen at any expo, period. And then, all of our friends that are local here started hopping on board once I started pitching ideas. So basically what it is Sunday, August 1st at Scarlett's. They have a private party room. And inside that room, we're going to have 4 amazing DJs. Louis D and Ivano Bellini are legendary South Florida DJs in the world of EDM. Jimmy Boucher, of course, is the head DJ at Monroe's and a phenomenal DJ in his own right. He does not get enough credit. Like, I consider myself an MC. Jimmy is a DJ MC because he does both equally amazing and well. And then there's Mr. Gray from 11. Yeah. Mr. Gray, in my opinion, is one of the best pure DJs anywhere. Every time I hear this guy, I'm unbelievably impressed. Every time I talk to him on the phone, and we've gotten to know each other since Expo, I'm thoroughly impressed by this guy. So I wanted to see what would happen if I took all these amazing people and put them together in one room. And we got International Nephew is actually the nephew of Grammy Award-winning artist Flo Rida. And he's an up-and-coming hip-hop artist. And he comes to all of our events. He was at Expo. I introduced him to everybody. And he's just a great guy. And he's got this strip club song that's just so catchy and great. We really need to get him on your show because he's a character, And then, of course, there's David Drummer and his LED Army. Anyone that was at the opening night party saw the LED robots, stilts, the saxophone player. He has an arsenal of talent that he brings to Tootsies and Scarlets on a weekly basis. And it's boosted our social media so much, I had to include him. But here comes the final caveat. Like most DJs with a problem and a solution, I had no money. I had no budget for this thing. And I had to think outside the box, which is part of the show. So I reached out to Chris K over at EV Publications. Chris handles thousands of sponsorships for various things throughout the year, including all of the booths at Expo and this and that. I said, Chris, I need the perfect sponsor for an event, somebody that just screams, in the biz. And he's like, my good friend RW from Sin Vodka would be perfect for this event because this is right up his alley. Put me and RW in contact, and we hit it off immediately. He totally got the vision, totally wanted to be a big part of it, and came correct with not only the finances, but any additional support that we might need for this party, which I was blown away by. So it just kind of came full circle. My boss said, we have a problem we need a solution to. I then came up with a series of different ideas and different events, some of them very gimmicky, some of them, actually palatable. And they really liked a few of our ideas. Once I got with Sean Barnes, the general manager of Scarlet's, it really took off, because there is this event that used to happen here in South Florida, in the Florida Keys, every year, called Bartender's Bash. You probably never heard of it because you're in Ohio, but here in South Florida, it was huge. It was a festival of tens of thousands of people would show up. There was a big bikini contest. They would have bartender flair competitions. They would have waitress stuff. Anybody that was in the service or hospitality industry would go to this thing, and they would literally take over Isla Mirada, which is the second or third key, I forget which. And they would take over this hotel, and they would have their own private beach. And they would have this like 3-4 day event that was sponsored by companies as big as Budweiser back in the day when it was at its peak. Now, something happened. I don't know who was organizing it or who threw it, but it went away. And it's been gone for about 5 or 6 years. And I always hear people, when I go promoting for in the biz, I always hear people in different parts of our industry complain about that. Man, I wish we had Bartender's Bash. And they always say the closest thing we have to it is Tootsies, because that's such a party. And it just, that's where the idea was born. I'm like, yeah, let's bring Bartender's Bash back, but let's do it in a different way. So this initial party, Danny, is kind of the proof of concept for what's going to eventually be Bartender's Bash on steroids eventually. And Sean Barnes over at Scarlet's completely sees the vision, and he's been just motivating the hell out of me with this party and getting me excited for the next ones. Jimmy Boucher has been another partner of ours in this. We all, Tootsies and Monroe's has a great relationship. We do not compete. They're in a different market. They're great people. Scott and Jen Leza are friends of mine personally. They treat their staff like family, and they treat their friends like family. So I wanted to bring them along as well. Mr. Gray from 11 is just turned out to be just an amazing human being. Charzane took like 2 seconds to accept. I didn't even pitch her that she'd get paid for the event. I'm just like, hey, I'm doing this event. I'm in, Platt. I'm in. You tell me when, I'm there. It was like fun,
You do that well.
And then Rhea Sunshine.
You do that well.
Thank you. I've been around Charzane enough to have those little idiosyncrasies. But Rhea Sunshine is the perfect host as well, because she's in the area. She lives here down in South Florida now. She just started doing boy-girl porn. Her name has exploded. She's a huge super fan of anything we do in this industry. And I just love her to tears. So it all just kind of came together with the notion that this is going to be a huge, ridiculously huge, like, I literally want to do this in Dolphin Stadium a year from now. Like, that's the goal. Wow. But it's an unattainable goal, but that's how big we really want to take this thing. So it's super important to get as many in the biz people there, because once they're inside the room, I developed an app that, again, problem solution, thinking outside the box. We developed an app to literally sign people up into our in the biz programs, just utilizing a QR code. So basically, if your waitresses and bartenders are out promoting your club, they have a barcode or a QR code on their telephone. They hold up their telephone, and the person that they're promoting to just zaps it, and they can sign up within 10 seconds right then and there. It goes to Scarlett's and Tootsies. We have our database. We send them a welcoming email letting them know that their In the Biz card is waiting at the front desk at their respective clubs to come pick up that card, and really keep them in tune on all of our In the Biz stuff. And that's pretty much everything that we're doing in a nutshell. It's Sunday night, August 1st from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Like I said, incredible entertainment. It's $20 at the door. And I'll even explain to you why I'm charging for this event. I made a deal with the DJs. Having two legendary DJs join two of the best DJs from our neck of the woods wasn't cheap. So I just did a deal with them. I said, guys, I'll split the door with you. I'll give you the door. You know what I'm saying? So we came up with a $20 price point just based on our occupancy in that room. And then it also gives you free entry into Scarlett's, which is an award-winning club in its own right, where Charzane will be performing right at 2 a.m. As soon as our party lets out, we dump right into the main room at Scarlett's, and Charzane is going to do an amazing aerial show on Scarlett's stage, which she's never performed at Scarlett's either. So it's just going to be an amazing night. I really hope you guys can make it out, and I really hope we can spread the word and pack this place. Because once we have the place packed and we prove the concept that this idea works, I already have 2 sponsors lined up for the next 2 parties. But it's the caveat is we have to get at least 200 people to attend this party. So that's pretty much the nuts and bolts of everything. And again, it was just a problem and solution thing, Dan.
Man, I'm definitely gonna tell my owner and my GM about it, because they had so much fun at Scarlett's, especially Scarlett's and 11 both. They went there when we were at Expo. So yeah, I'm gonna see if they want to fly down for a day. Maybe that way I can get my flight paid.
I'd love to have you. Let me know. I'll save you a table. Let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. That would be amazing.
Yeah, and then we also need to come up with a promotion of matching glasses promotion. How many people can we get to wear the same pair of glasses? I used to say Jeb looked like Harry Carey over there, and now all of a sudden I realize we're all starting to pull that off. Jeb, what do you think of that idea that the Plat's picking?
I love it. That the Sin night we've used pretty coast to coast. Every strip club has pretty much done a Sin night, but the way he's put together his, it's exciting. It creates the energy, creates the draw. It's something different out of the 4,000 Sin promotions that we've done. That one's definitely stands above and stands unique. It's difficult when you've been, Platt, you've been at your place for a long time. Danny, you've been working that same area for a long time. We've done all the promotions. We're the ones that have done 7 days worth over and over and over, and to come up and reinvent and reinvigorate any kind of promotions, a fucking phenomenal thing. Platt's already given me ideas for a couple of them. It's really, we used to, you go through and you drive around town and pick up the flyers and newspapers and see what everybody else was promoting, because we couldn't go over and talk to each other. The ability to share these ideas and kind of expand what we do and stop being so boring on our promotions is a great thing.
Yeah.
I think also, Jeb, getting your staff involved is the most important part. If they're not excited, you're not going to have an excitable presentation, no matter what. So
and they've really been involved in it here. Our hoedown, you'd think hoedown in Alabama wouldn't be it's just such a cliche and like whatever. It's such a gimmick. I was blown away by the participation inside our club. Every staff member was involved. Every entertainer was involved. And by the second day, the customers were lining up. It was amazing how excited everybody was to put on overalls and cowboy boots in Alabama. I would have never guessed it. And
our last promotion came as a result from a staff meeting. I was invited to speak to the entire staff, and my boss asked me to talk about social media. Like, hey, Platt, you're pretty good on social media. I want to get everybody promoting the club a little bit more. Do you have any ideas and this and that? I said, sure. So I went out, and we have so many employees at Tootsies. It's ridiculous. So we do it in shifts. And one of our meetings, I started just asking people randomly to raise their hand on how many followers they had. And then we did the addition, and it was like some ridiculous number, like 90, 100,000 followers. It was ridiculous, and that was not even with the entertainers. That was just staff. And I just asked one basic question. What would you guys like to do for a party? I throw parties here at this club. What would you guys like to see? And immediately I got like 20 ideas from the staff. One being a fashion show, like Platt. Our t-shirts are so outdated. Who gives a crap about single moms and helping them and these hokey, stupid, funny shirts? They're just outdated. Let's do something new with the logo. Let's do something new with the branding. Let's get everybody excited about a fashion thing. That's where this hat I'm wearing actually came from.
Mm-hmm.
The staff wanted new hats and shirts. So we came up with a whole campaign. I had Jake Record, who also designed my flyer, by the way. Shout out to Jake Record.
Nice
Jake
job.
designed our shirts and our hats. And then I told the staff, well, it's your idea, so we're going to put together a fashion show. And I had literally 100 volunteers to do a fashion show on stage on like a Tuesday, Wednesday night. And we promoted and showed the guests our new t-shirts, which we sold out of in less than a week. It was incredible. But again, get your staff involved, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I want to trade you a strip club video hat for a Tootsies Miami hat.
I'll gladly trade you hats.
Yeah, there we go. We'll do that. So my question to all of our viewers is this: what ideas have you guys come up with? We want to hear them. There's comment boxes in any platform that this is going to air at. So let us know, man. Come up with some ideas. What do you think of the idea? Would some of these ideas work in your market? Because every market is different. But that's really what we want to do. You know, we're just three people sharing ideas, but you know, there's thousands, tens of thousands of clubs out there, however many, I have no clue. But, you know, there's a lot of smart people out there. So let's all share our ideas. Let's come up with some cool things and see what else we can come up with. DJ Platypus, you're always a wealth of knowledge, man. Appreciate you coming on the show today.
Oh, Danny, thanks for having me.
Jeb Jarrell, I know we tried to get Dane on, but he couldn't find his glasses. So
yeah, he's actually at the optometrist right now trying to get framed up.
Oh, okay. So maybe by next week we'll be good there. Guys, again, any thoughts, any ideas, drop them down here. All of these shows are all on my website, djdannymyers.com or at pandamembers.org. Don't quite have the strip club vid yet set up, but I'm working on that. So get ready for that. You guys, thanks again, man.
Thank you, Danny.